time has come. For 300 years, we prepared, we grew stronger. While you rested in your cradle of power.
So things continue to get worse for Batwoman over on the CW. In fact, Supergirl's not doing very good either. Both those shows are kind of doing bad. It's funny to watch, too, because I talked about this in my last video, because last week's Batwoman had a huge drop in ratings. Some of the worst the series has ever seen. In fact, even the shills were laughing on it because it's gotten really corny. It's such... it tries to be such a virtue signaling show. Like, it's literally like making plot points about it now. Whereas before, I don't think it was quite as bad, but it seems like it's getting worse. So, for example, in last week's episode, Batwoman. So Kate as Batwoman decided it's time to tell Gotham who she likes to hook up with. Said, yes, I'm Batwoman and I like chicks. So basically, she came out again, but this time as the vigilante. And it's like, does that really matter? Like, that's kind of cringy and weird that's like, and you're doing this in a gossip magazine. She actually had Supergirl's secret identity interviewer. That's really corny. And in fact, even the shills thought so and were making fun of it, which I thought was humorous. Because this is totally the kind of show that they should champion. You know, it's really funny. I wonder who was in that writer's room for that plot line? Hey, I got an idea, guys. What about, okay, we already have Kate come out once. What about this time we have Batwoman come out of the closet and do an interview about it? She's going to let vigilantes know. She's going to let the other vigilantes know and the criminals know. That'll teach them. Like, yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah, Washington Post will love it. I just don't get it. Because remember, they had Crisis on Infinite Earths, so people that weren't necessarily watching Batwoman were getting a taste of this character for the first time. And the show had a massive loss of ratings, by the way, after that. So it's like nobody cared about her after that show, which, you know, everybody was kind of into, even though it looked like a high school play, like as far as production levels came. But anyway, let's get on to what's going on here. So they had a huge dip in ratings last week, and that continued. As you can see it right here. So this was the big drop, 791. It actually went up a tad to 869. So here's the thing. Like, it went up a tad, but not that much. Keep in mind, before Crisis on Infinite Earths, they had like 1 million something. Okay, that's a pretty big drop. In fact, I think it was like 1.8. It was pretty big. And then after the crossover with all the CW shows, it had a massive drop by 53%. And then the following week, it went up 9.86% from where it was at before. So they got a little bit back, but not very much. The show continues to decline. Continues to decline. It's going to keep declining. And this is the second to worst ratings of season 1 yet. So the trend here would suggest that they're going to keep losing viewers for this show. And remember, it's already been renewed for season 2. So we're going to get even more of this trash heap, which will be fun. Maybe I'll start watching season 2 and do reviews on just how bad it is, because this show seems pretty effing terrible. That last week's plot. So what I kind of think is a lot of people just dipped out, and, you know, after all the stuff with last week, they're going to just keep dipping out. I think you're going to keep seeing ratings go down because people aren't entertained. This is the same thing going with Doctor Who. Doctor Who is plummeting. It's going terribly. Like, and the shills keep shilling for it. Rotten Tomatoes, like, deletes the score all the time for the audience. It's just funny how much they protect these shows, and they're just willing to waste money for it. Supergirl, I guess, is not as woke, but kind of woke still. Look, they even got rid of her skirt for pants now. That's also keeps declining in ratings. I think that show's going to end up getting canceled as well. They note in here, like I said, Flash is actually doing okay. Arrow lost some viewers as well, but I guess Arrow's done, so I don't think they care too much. But Batwoman, I bet you, will get canceled next year. They can't keep throwing money at it if there's no return, even for agenda. So I imagine this one's going to go. Superman and Lois. I think they're just calling it Superman and Lois. That's going to actually be a show. They've already bought a season of it. So it's going to be the Superman from Supergirl, who I guess is kind of a wimp. I watched some clips. I didn't think he was that bad. I'll probably watch that show and check it out. We'll see if it's bad or not. It could be a good show. I don't know how many of you know, but there was a show called Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman. That show is actually pretty good. It had Dean Cain in it. Now, if we'll see how this new show is. Time will tell. I don't know why they didn't just throw mountains of money at Brandon Roth, since they already have him playing a CW character, to do a mini-series as the Christopher Reeve Superman that he played on Superman Returns, because that's who he was playing in Crisis on Infinite Earths, and you had him in there as a paragon. I think he would be open to that show. Why you don't throw mountains of money at that man for something to do a show that everybody would love to see, I don't know. I have no idea. But anyway, that's pretty much it. Batwoman's still sinking. It's a sinking ship, and I just wonder, will they say, well, it's going to be a short season? Are they going to order? Because I don't think they've said how many episodes they're going to order for season 2, but watch them say only 8 as a test run. That'll be a short season. I bet you it will be. Watch. Wait and see, because somebody somewhere has got to say, why are we just wasting money? Because how low? It's almost like limbo at this point. How low can it go for Batwoman? Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know your thoughts on this. What do you think? Do you like seeing all these woke shows bomb? I love seeing them fail. I think it helps us get content we actually want to see, which I'm always a big fan of. Hopefully that Superman show is good. I'm optimistic for it. I hate being the optimist sometimes, but I do think that show might be good. I like the idea. I like those two characters together. One of the best comic series was Superman Rebirth, and it sounds like that's where they're going with it. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Anyway, that's it. Like and subscribe. Make sure you're still subscribed, by the way. That's a thing going on. Also, comments and likes help the video out a lot, so please consider leaving those. Subscribe if you're new. Hit that notification bell, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out. Also, take a moment. Make sure you're still subscribed to the channel. There's something going on right now, and they've been unsubscribing people. So just take a second and double check on that, and subscribe if you're new.